To my caliente kitchen. Here we got a little dance for you. It is fall, it is the fall season, and so I decided to give you a recipe using butternut squash and eggplants. And I was thinking, what can go with these two beautiful vegetables that are in season now? And I thought of a stew. And I tried this recipe now 4 times. So now it came out perfectly good. So I hope you make it because you're gonna love it and it's quick. So what I have here right now is I saute onions and garlic with olive oil, and I used a whole red onion, by the way. It's a medium-sized red onion. And now that this is cooked, I'm gonna add now next is carrots and celery. Because what stew doesn't have carrots and celery? Most of the stews have carrots and celery. And then I'm gonna actually cook this for a little bit, about a minute or 2. And then, but I'm not gonna wait that long for you. We're gonna just continue on here. So once you cook this for another 2-3 minutes, we're gonna add now, this is canned tomatoes. I love to have them around all the time. They improve the taste of my cooking all the time because it provides umami flavors, and they're so handy. Love canned tomatoes. And by the way, it is rich in lycopene, which is a great antioxidant, anti-inflammatory phytonutrient. So now we're gonna add next is beef. So actually before the beef, I'm gonna season these. I decided to use ground powder cloves. A few videos ago, I did something about spices, and actually, to my surprise, too, ground clove or any clove, whole clove, is the highest spice with antioxidants. So I'm all crazy about antioxidants, so I'm gonna add some clove. And by the way, this is why this is my 4th trial now making this recipe, because I was adding too much clove, and you have to be careful with that. The clove is a very strong flavor, but it's great for stews. It gives you the fall flavors. I love it. Of course, now we're gonna add some cumin. And I have the recipe ingredients above if you're watching me on Facebook, and below if you're watching me on YouTube. By the way, if you're watching me on YouTube, subscribe to my channel now. All right, so then we're gonna add some sea salt. It's about 1.5 teaspoons, what you want. And then we're gonna add some black pepper too. Black pepper, to my surprise, also has good antioxidants amounts. All right, so now, because I wanted to make this dish quickly and in less than 30 minutes, I decided to use sirloin steak instead of beef stew, because beef stew will take a long time for the recipe. So I bought sirloin steak, and sirloin steak is lower in saturated fat, so it's a lean meat also, and I love beef stews, flavors, love it. So we're gonna add some beef in here, and then we're gonna add some chicken broth or beef broth. I didn't have beef broth, so I had chicken broth. We're gonna just only 1/2 cup because we're not making soups. I want this to have the stew consistency. So now, once the beef is already cooked, I cooked it separately, I brown it, and then we're gonna just make sure we cook it for another 3-5 minutes so it gets all the flavors. And by the way, before I start this, how I did the butternut squash and the eggplant, beautiful vegetables, I actually roast them. So on a sheet pan or cookie sheet, you spread, make sure it's all one layer of butternut in one side, eggplant on the other side, spray some olive oil, sea salt, and bake it, roast it for about 25 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and then you get your roasted butternut and eggplant. We're gonna add this at the end. So now I'm gonna use frozen peas. Love frozen vegetables. As you see, I'm using all kinds of vegetables here. canned vegetables, frozen vegetables, fresh vegetables in season right now, butternut squash and eggplants. Oops. All right, so we cover this well, stir this well now. And again, you probably cook this for another 3-5 minutes. And then at the end, to make sure you don't mash the butternut squash and the eggplant keeps its consistency, you add it at the end and carefully you mixed the ingredients. You can cook maybe for another 2 minutes to make sure all the flavors are distributed evenly throughout the stew. And we're gonna add the butternut at the end here now. Look how beautiful this looks. Oh my God, this looks so full right now. Ooh, I love it. So now mix it all well. Yum. Now the best part, I'm gonna taste this beautiful dish. And again, this dish is made in less than 20 minutes. It's quite nice. So now I'm gonna pour myself a bit here. Serve myself some here. And let's taste this. Let's see. Oop. Get out of my way so I can taste this. Oh wow. Yeah. Definitely, I can even feel the clove with a 1/8 teaspoon of clove. You still feel it. It's so delicious, and you make it like this so quick. And this is great for meal planning, by the way. It's low in calories. It has lean meat, the beef, the sirloin steak, 2 seasonal vegetables, eggplant and butternut squash with delicious spices, and only a tablespoon of oil for the entire recipe. And this recipe serves 4 to 6 people. All right, my friends, remember, if you want to learn more about myself, visit manuelvillacorta.com. I'm actually also helping people lose weight virtually, so you can send me a question there if you want me to call you and explain my program to you. Visit my blog, manuelvillacorta.com blog too, where you can find more recipes. And that's all. Easy peasy. Until next time.